Hey there, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up this side-to-side buttons in desktop while stacking them and centering them in mobile. So let's head over to the Cornerstone builder. So let's first add a section and then let's drop in two buttons. So let's duplicate this and for demo purposes, let's just make this text uh, much longer so we could play around with some situations or cases. So to achieve a side-to-side layout, we must turn off the row's inner container, and to make the two buttons stick to the sides, we need to add a custom CSS to the column, and that is we go to column customize and element CSS. So we type in EL to target the column container, and or to target the column itself, sorry, and we type in display flex. So this didn't do anything, but if we add justify content here and set it to space between, and that's how you stick the text to the left. So let's view this in mobile here. So this won't give you much information because this is limited to 480 here, the container. So let's view this in the live site. So let's view this, and let's preview lower than 480. So we're now in 323 pixels here, and much lower than that we will see that these buttons will look like this. So this is not if this is your intended design, you can stop with this. So let's just add in some margins here. So this, go to button design, and for the left button you need to add a left margin, let's say 1 EMs. For the right button, you add a right margin of 1 EM for the right. As you can see here, the button here's went much taller than this. It's because of flex styling. So I won't go into the technical details of that, but just go to column customize and we'll add in align content, and maybe we'll set this to center or flex start. Doesn't work, so let's just view this in the front end. So it's align items here, set this to center, just copy this. I'll post this code in the description or in the thread. So let's save this and let's see. So this still won't look good because of the text wrapping here. So I would suggest that we go with the stacking of these buttons. So to do that, we need to add in flex wrap, so that when the buttons hit their sides here, let's reload, they will just stack. So they're stacking now, and the problem is centering these buttons, and to do that we would need a media query. So let's add in a media query here. Let's take the responsive size here, it's 296, but let's just target 360. So let's add in max width. I'll just use 360 here because your text might be longer than this, so use 360 or 480 pix. So for this case, I'll just write 360, and you write target the column and the buttons inside it. So let's view the buttons class. So right click, I'm using Chrome browser here, so you right click on the button, select inspect, and as you can see here, this is the anchor tag. You grab the buttons class here, X anchor button, so we'll use that here, and then select. We don't have a top and bottom margin here, so we could safely use a margin 0 for top and bottom, and for the sides we need to use auto. So we can't view that here because it's 480s. So if we view this in a larger doesn't work. So let's view this first in the front end. So it works in the front end here. Not sure why it doesn't work in the builder. Maybe you can add anyway, you can't view this in the builder because of the screen size limitation here. So let's just add a button margin for this first button to space out this to space them out vertically here. So let's save this and let's reload the button, or the page, I mean, I'm sorry. That was a margin button. Not sure why it doesn't work, because I targeted them with media query. So we actually would need to set the bottom margin here, say 1 EMs, save that, and then reload the live page. So there you have it. It's sticking to the sides in desktop, tablet, view, and then eventually in mobile, small screens, I mean, This only applies to small screens, so in larger phone or phone screens, you'll still get this side to side layout, and when you go smaller, you get the center button layout. So hope that helps.